All right, welcome everybody to the very first actual DENSI podcast at DENSI. Trace, this is very exciting.
I think it's exciting.
Isn't it? It's amazing. Laura Murphy is here. Laura, say hello to the people.
Hello, the people.
Very exciting. Thank you, Laura. We are coming to you live Sunday night at DENSI 2015, right here in Washington, D.C. We have a very special guest with us tonight, Trace Dominguez from D News. Thank you for being here.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, people.
Trace is our keynote speaker tonight at the opening session, and we just want to have him on and kind of tell us real briefly what D News is, what he does, and then I got a couple questions for you.
Sure. So D News is a science show. You can find it on iTunes, YouTube, Hulu. We're everywhere. We're easy to find. Also, even discoverynews.com. And we do it every day, twice a day, 3 to 5 minute episodes on anything science that you can probably imagine.
All right. So real quickly, that's how many episodes a year?
I don't know. I wasn't math.
Someone add that up. Laura, you add that
14
up. 14
episodes a week.
Laura, 14 times 52. Give us the answer.
87. No, that's not right.
That seems low. That seems
Right.
low. This is an estimate. This is just an estimate. We're in the neighborhood.
All right, Trace, you're here at Summer Institute, first time
Yeah.
at Summer Institute. First takeaway from what you had.
Y'all people are so nice.
It's
Everybody's so nice. I love it. I was standing in line for empanadas, and somebody was just like, "Hi," and I'm not used to that anymore. I used to be when I lived in Michigan. Everybody was nice, and you'd be in like the grocery aisle, and people would come talk to you, and they'd be like, "Those chips are terrible. Don't get those." But then I lived in DC for a while, and people don't come randomly talk to you anymore. So I like it.
so if you live in DC, just whenever you see Trace around, tell them what good chips to buy.
Yes, that's the moral.
One of our themes, high and a hug go a long way. You talked about the community, the people. We really are a family here within the Den, and we welcome you into our family. You talked a little bit about your mom and how you've always been a lifelong learner. What does that mean to you? What does that mean for our students today?
For me, it means try and find something that I can go home and talk to somebody about, like that's something that I want to tell you about later. Whoever you are. If I'm happen to be telling someone about chips and it's related to something I learned today, I want to be able to, like, that casual conversation, just slip it in there.
Like what the numbers mean on the back of the chip there.
Exactly. If I learned that, I would like to know and spread that word. But I haven't learned it on D News yet.
Well, someday maybe.
And for students, I think that it means something similar, where it's like something that you want to share with other people. Like learning is great, and I love learning new things. You get the wrinkles in your brain and all the stuff that you learn about when you're a kid. But for me, I learn so that I can tell other people so they can learn. It's like a virus.
It's infectious. I mean, I can see it jumping off you that's what you love to do. It's a passion of yours.
For sure, absolutely.
How can parents at home kind of encourage their kids to be learners? How can they, how did your parents do it?
Well,
what's some advice?
This seems like a plug, but it's really not a plug. I wasn't allowed to watch a lot of TV, but I watched the Discovery Channel. Not a plug.
Plug.
This is just the thing.
You decide at home. We'll have a poll later.
We can, yeah. But I was allowed to watch, like, it wasn't so much that they were like, don't watch TV, it's bad. It was like, pick what TV you want to watch. So then I had this, like, cost analysis where I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to watch only an hour of TV, I want to get more than just, like, a mindless hour out of my hour. So I watched, like, TLC when it was still, like, about learning, and when I was watching Discovery when it was about learning, and it was like I could walk away with something cool that I felt good about.
That's so awesome. Talk to us a little bit about D News and kind of how you talked a little bit tonight about where you start with what, and then what because of that, and then why, and then
Yeah.
How does that whole process work for writing an episode?
So when I sit down to write an episode, the first thing I look up is usually one of our episodes they range, but a good example, our social guy, he runs our Facebook page, got food poisoning, and we were like, well, that's crappy. But what's food poisoning anyway? Like, we don't even know. We were talking, and it was like a bunch of educated adults, and we had no idea what food poisoning was. We just know what happens when you have it. So the first thing we did was like, well, what's food poisoning? Food poisoning is a variety of different things. Okay, well, why does that cause this reaction? Like, what's happening in your body? So what happens is I go through that mental process every time where sometimes I'll write an outline if I have trouble kind of putting it just naturally into words, but for the most part, I just start asking myself questions, sometimes out loud. No joke. I'm standing at my desk talking to myself. It happens because I want to get it out there and think about it and talk it through almost with myself. But it's like this seems like the natural progression of questions that people are going to ask, and I want to ask just enough that people walk away either wanting to know more or just satiated enough.
When you ask yourself these questions out loud, do you answer them out loud as well?
Sometimes, yeah.
Do you ever record yourself as you're doing that?
I don't, but I probably could.
Well, we hope that we can have something happen, but not too bad, to give you inspiration for another episode at some time in the very near future. This is just very exciting. We're so glad to have you here.
I was happy that y'all reached out. This was great. So much fun.
Laura, any questions you have for Trace while you're sitting there calculating how much 52?
Did you ever figure it out, Laura?
I forgot what it was. What was I supposed to do?
I can use my phone.
52 times 14.
Okay. 52 times 14? 728. I was really close.
You're so close. That is 82
like
backwards.
only like
with a 7.
It was like 700 off or something.
728, 82 backwards. You were really close.
Well, Laura, we will.
I'm not a math teacher.
Me either.
We'll figure out later how calculators work. Maybe that could be an episode.
Yeah, that would be a really good episode, actually. I'd like to know.
Which calculator, though? Like solar powered? Graphing?
Sure, or any. Yeah.
Watch?
All of the above.
I'm more of a Google calculator myself.
Oh.
We all make choices, I guess.
I guess, yeah. We make choices in life.
Trace, thanks so much for being here.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Tell us where we can find you real quick.
You can find D News, our biggest show. YouTube.com/D News is my favorite place to go for that. You can find me on Twitter at Trace Dominguez. If you have a science question, shoot it at me because I'm down to talk about it.
Cool.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
All right, we're going to let Trace go. Laura, we're going to get a Not at DENSI update from you. What do you got for us today?
All right. Well, today was the first official day of Not at DENSI, and Jen Wagner has been working very, very hard with a bunch of other DENSI stars. And if you're on the Google Plus DENSI page, there is links. Wow, good grammar. There are links to all of the things you can do. So starting tomorrow, you can participate in the live stream, and then you can, accept the challenges, the Den at Nights, the Den Monuments at Night project, or the scavenger hunt, and the Fitbit challenge, and the Den Amazing Race. So lots and lots of challenges to accept.
Well, thank you, Laura. So we know so far, math calculations and grammar. It's summer, Laura. We'll get, we know you're a graphic design teacher, so we'll let you go on that.
Sorry.
We're very excited to have in the official DENSI podcast studios right here at the Summer Institute. It's a lovely facility we have here. Rodney Krause is here. Rodney is a first-time attendee to Summer Institute. Welcome, Rodney. Glad to have you aboard.
Thank you. Very glad to be here.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? What do you do? And
all right. Well, I've been in North Carolina my whole life. I grew up in the mountains of North Carolina, and my teaching career started in Guilford County.
Okay.
And I taught 4th grade. I taught 2nd grade kindergarten.
Okay.
Forsyth County, 4th grade, 2nd grade. And I was in 1st grade for about 6 years. So
you've done a lot.
Pretty much the gamut of elementary.
All right, Laura, you can now add Rodney to your list of North Carolinians. If you remember her.
So there would be 2 that I know there.
Yeah.
Right?
We'll make sure to get your list growing there.
Okay.
Rodney, first day, what's your overall thought of Summer Institute?
Speechless. Truly speechless at the amount of hospitality. When I first got here, I walked in, the welcoming crew. I didn't even have to unload my car. There were people to carry in my luggage, and it turned out to be one of my suite mates.
There you go. Was that Matt Graves?
It was David.
David, okay.
Another Den celebrity.
There you go. They're everywhere.
And then, of course, the amazing dinner we had on the grounds. The sharks in the sky were a little disturbing, but another cool effect. So many friends, connections already made effortlessly.
One of the things that we just talked with Trace about was the Den being a family. Do you feel that you kind of get that family already? You're kind of understanding it, just kind of like getting it? what's
don't
happening?
feel like this was my first time by
That's,
any means. I feel like this was where I belonged.
and that's what our community is. That's what our family is. That's what you out there, the DEN community, that's what we love the most about you. Ronnie, what are you looking forward to tomorrow for our amazing monument tour?
You know, I don't have a lot of expectations other than making more friends and getting to know the ones that I've met already a little deeper.
There you go.
I know there's going to be some geocaching.
We'll come back and hear this.
Geocaching and just getting to see some of the sites and seeing how we can integrate it into our curriculum.
All right, hopefully not get lost at some point.
You know what? If you do, I'm sure there'll be a learning experience in that.
You know, if you're not getting lost, you're not learning. I don't know if that's true or not. Might have just made that up.
We can try.
Look at, you know, you give it a shot tomorrow.
I've got your number.
You do have my phone number. It's just call me if you need me. I want to. Ron, anything else you want to share with us? You drove up here. What was that like?
I did. I drove up 95, and I thought that was a pretty bad experience with traffic and such, but I talked to people who actually live where there is traffic, and so I was pretty lucky to only have to sit for about 25 minutes.
Yeah.
It took about 6 hours to get here from Greensboro, and I would say to anyone who is not at DENSI, they need to be here next year. Apply.
If you have not applied yet, well, you haven't applied yet for next year. If you can apply this year, you want for next year, we definitely encourage you to apply. And you know, just we'd love to see as many people here, as many new people here as possible. Laura, you don't deal with traffic ever, do you?
No, never.
Perfect.
Like
Laura,
there's no traffic on the freeways in California. But
well,
you got to go at the right times. You know, if you want extra traffic, you can go at 5.
it's a personal preference.
Everybody should try it at least.
Everybody should try it once. Coming out to California, I know you've only been to LAX, but you know that's all right. We'd love to have you out there. Come and visit and say hi to some Den friends out there.
That would be nice.
Oh yeah, we have Denapalooza September.
That's right, Denapalooza Anaheim. You can stay at Janita's house. It'd be great. Rodney, we loved having you on. Thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to a great week. Rodney is on my team. I love it. Teammate here.
Woohoo!
And good to go.
All right,
All right.
thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Laura.
Yes.
I just muted myself. Back over to you, Laura. Do you have anything else to share? Maybe any cool things you saw on the Not at DENSI?
Well, so far there's been one challenge to find odd or weird animal sculptures, so that has been very entertaining. And mostly, yeah, I'm just looking forward to see what other people come up with for the challenges and everything else. And thank you for letting me babble.
Hello.
Our very own
Hi, Porter.
story here was that Trace was talking about a teacher that he had connected, that he knew back in the day. And do you want to just briefly talk about what happened?
So Trace was talking about one of his favorite well, he's talking about a lot of his favorite teachers, but he mentioned one and he said, hey, I can't find this teacher. I'd love to reach out to him, you know, so could you guys, if anybody knows Mr. Bruce Bright, I believe, and Jen Wagner was on the case. So the Not at DENSI crew, she started sleuthing and and she knew about it because Steve had posted to Discovery Education's Twitter feed, hey, anybody know this guy? You know, we'd love to connect. And within a couple of minutes, Jen said, I've sent you a direct message with, you know, an email address. And she said, it might be old, I'm not sure. And then a few minutes after that, she said, oh, and I found his son's phone number and I've sent you a direct message about that too. So we were able to surprise Trace with really the connectivity and really what it means to be part of this network of community.
It really was seeing the community at work, just so fast and so amazing. And hopefully we can have an update tomorrow if he makes a connection.
Yeah.
Who knows what's going to happen. Porter Palmer is here. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
We loved you know, the first day here at Summer Institute.
It was
Thank
a
you
great
to your
day.
team and all their hard work. I know everyone that's here and is not able to be here, they're experiencing stuff as well. We just thank you for everything.
Thank you. Be sure to tune in on Tuesday and Wednesday for the live stream.
All right. Laura, thanks for being here.
Thank you, Brandon.
And we will see you tomorrow night. Have a good night, everybody.
Wow.